just take a minute to look at this upside down spread for a second. So, you know, I'm not just making this up. I think a lot of us, with the impending doom of, you know what, happening, we've all been very reminiscent, very nostalgic of where we've been over the last 6 years. How we have come together, how we found freedom from, a lot of us got on that app when we moved away from home. There's like a specific, like in my generation, a lot of us got on that app when we moved away from home, or as we were transitioning out of home, and we realized that we weren't crazy and that everything that we went through, it wasn't just us and it wasn't us. And we found like such a sense of validation and freedom, and we learned about like toxic masculinity and relationships that were abusive, and like emotionally we learned how to spot that stuff. And now we're faced with like another transition of what are we gonna do. Like, it's almost like we're leaving home all over again. And the last time we left home, we found freedom in this community. And now we're approaching another transition, and it's scary because we're afraid we're going to lose all of that. But we're also, this card is interesting because it's a skull, but it fell face down, and it's just looking back on how far we've come and how much we've learned and how much we needed each other. And what's interesting is that like the lantern is upside down too. So it's like we're like reminiscing about the guidance we received from everybody, and we're nostalgic, but like so grateful. But like while we're also looking back at all this, we're also like looking back at like everything that we left already. And it's almost like a lot of our old trauma is kind of resurfacing a little bit, because we are not only reminded of how we left it and how we like grew from it. Trauma doesn't go away. So it's kind of like we're forced to look at it again, and partially we're like a little afraid that we're gonna have to do that alone, which we're not. We have ways that we can still connect with each other, but while we're looking at it, we're also like reminded of those feelings. And to reiterate, trauma doesn't just go away. And sometimes you have to get it out and you have to look at it for a little bit. And sometimes you get it out and you're like, whatever. And sometimes when you look at it, it's really heavy to hold that. And now it's like scary for all of us because we are afraid that we won't have anyone to share that weight with. Because the last time that we left home, when we shared that, we found freedom. I feel like I'm going to get a little bit more here. But as life does, it's a cycle. And we found community again. We found community once, we're going to find it again. I've got Hecate here. She is a very like motherly, very wise energy, and she's got a lot of insight for this I was about to say situation and institution all at the same time. See, institution is not a word I would ever use. That's how you know that I'm not making this shit up, because I would never say institution in my life. And we've got an eel, which is like another snake energy. The eel card, I have to like refresh myself a little bit with my guidebook for this deck. But the eel, I do remember it was like very sneaky energy. Peacock. Okay, so we've got like people showing off. And let me refocus. Okay, trickery. Yeah, we've got, on one hand, we've got the establishment. She's saying that's like not where this is going, but go off, bestie. We've got the establishment that like approaches like a peacock with its like big ass wings, but like, dude, you're just a little bird, dude. You're not that great. But anyways, let me refocus. A lot of us are, this is identity, kind of falls sideways, trickery is upside down. Agatha Christie, that's, if you know her, that's, if you don't know her, she's, like a murder mystery character. My mom used to always, read those books. Anyways, so we are leaving home and all worried, and now we're almost having like an identity crisis because we're like, I had all these people I could spread my feathers to, and they supported it, and who am I gonna show myself to now? Because I can't do that to all these people at home. You want to go home to, they want to see you looking like this in a pretty white dress. They want to see you all pretty. It's almost like we have to, like, we left home, and it's almost like we're, like, have to go back. Like, it's, like, feeling like we have to re-enter that abusive relationship. Like, with our relatives, like, that's why so many of us are like, I'm not going back on the Face app. I'm not going back there, you know? Because this path, Sylvia Plath, the dark. I'm not going back to the dark. I'm not going to go hide. Rabbit. Oh, I miss my bunny so much. I feel like I need to clear my space a little bit. Yeah, a lot of us are feeling this in our bodies too. And a lot of us, within finding our identity, our bodies changed because a lot of us like found a safe place to express ourselves. We found like diagnoses for a lot of our problems. So I think a lot of us are like fearing this situation medically. Because, I mean, that's how we got all of our information. Books. That's interesting. Belonging. Yeah, it's like we're the black cat, the black sheep. Look, this is interesting that this lady is holding an eel. And it's almost like our family that we have to go crawling back to is like, I gotcha. And that's how it feels. This is literally just referencing Facebook. Oh my gosh, that's what it feels like going back there. It's like a trap. Got this body cardigan. I feel like I didn't quite get that 100% right. There's that freedom cardigan, but it's at the bottom of the deck and it's buried. I think I'm gonna go back to this guy. Let's see if I can get a little more clarification on what this body card is talking about. And the black cat, I'm a little interested in. My baby's upstairs, and he's had an ear infection, so I'm just like listening for him. Alright. I think, you know what? I think Sky Mikey wants to come out and talk for a little bit. That's what I call Archangel Michael, because My boyfriend's name is Michael, so I couldn't just say Michael. I had to be specific. So there's Mikey Boy and there's Sky Mikey, okay? And he likes it. He does. Spiritual growth. Oh, look at, there he is. That's his card, and then he came flying out. I love that. I love that I can't make this crap up. A lot of us have grown spiritually through TikTok. And a lot of us have found like physical healing through spiritual growth, because a lot of our like issues with our like chronic pain come from just trauma that we've stored in our body. And like the thought of going back to the book place is like falling back into that trap. It like hurts, physically hurts. So if you have been like aching like a bitch, you're not alone. Sky Mikey, what do you want to say? Okay, there's like a whole chunk that I guess wants to come out. Ask and you shall receive, but that's upside down. He said that's okay. It's so he can read it. When I work with Sky Mikey, he is very sarcastic, and I low-key think that's where I get my sense of humor from, is literally just him. But strength and guidance. Okay, he wants me to share this with you. Okay, the way I first was introduced to Archangel Michael was I was going through like the worst time in my life. I was leaving an abusive relationship, and I was like, I had literally no money in the bank. I was so sick. I could not get out of bed, and I had a toddler to take care of. I couldn't take care of myself, and I couldn't pay rent. I had nowhere to go, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? I can't just live on the street with a toddler. And I have like so much religious trauma. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to an angel, dude. What do you? And he was like, okay, just hear me out. Can I just talk to you for a second? And I was like, okay. And he comes up to me. This is like the card. This arrow here. He's like, okay, this is my energy. And he was like, can I just show you something? That is like his lead phrase. Is, can I just show you something? And I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay, just feel this. And I'm gonna see if he'll like do it for you. So just take a deep breath and like be open to receiving and just feel this. And it's almost like, for me, it feels very warm, but also it feels like I can be exhausted. But like for a moment, I feel like I could like go on for another few minutes. I like feel like I could stay awake for just a little bit longer. And he's like, okay, so you feel that? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, that is yours. What's mine is yours. And he's like, so whenever you are feeling so exhausted, so tired, at your wit's end, what's mine is yours. You can have this whenever you need it. Whenever you need. And I'm like, okay. And then, shortly after that, that's when I said, okay, Sky Mikey. We started talking. And I was like, hey, where's the love of my life? Where's the boy? Where's he at? I was very single because I just got a restraining order, actually. And that's actually about to expire. So if you find yourself here, you know who you are, go away, okay? In the name of all of the gods. Or you've got something coming. That's all. Okay, anyways, back on track. Just an important little announcement real quick. But anyways, I asked him, I said, okay, so where is my man? Where is he at? And the cards I got indicated that, excuse me, my phone just tried to die. The cards I got indicated that he was in prison. And I was like, you know what? I just got a restraining order. I was like, I'm too tired for this crap. he was in prison, but that's actually where he works. So, anyways. Do you want to share anything else, or are we just going down memory lane, Sky Mikey? Honesty and communication. Okay, anyways. So he wants to share his strength and his little bubble with you. You got anything else you want to say? Yeah, I see the romance and connection card. I thank you. I think I got that part done already. He's like, yeah, very good. That's the nice thing about these cards is, like, once you get in the feel of it, the cards are almost just, like, to confirm for everybody else. Keep you on track. Blessings in abundance. This is Gabriel energy. What do you want to talk about, Gabriel? We just, like, all showing up. I feel like I need to clear some space here. Sky Mikey, you can stay out because I like you. I just gotta clean up my space here a little. I feel like there's not a lot more. Is there anything else you want to share with the class? Honesty and communication is popping out again. Okay. I'm not sure if I was just making more room or if I just dropped that. So, if there's something else you'd like to share with the class, by all means. Okay. Thank you, Sky Mikey. Inner child healing. Holy love. Composure. I'm getting, like, the inner child to the highest self. I don't know what the word is. I want to say transition, segue, railroad, all at the same time, and I don't want your ears to hear that nonsense. Okay, I don't want you to hear that noise. But a lot of us, through being honest and open on TikTok, learned what the inner child was, and we learned what the higher self was. Composure. We learned about past lives. A lot of us learned so much on that app. What do you want to say? I feel like I'm not getting something. Yeah, see, their learning experience. I already talked about that. Courage and bravery. Be brave. Earth and ground. We learned a lot, so now remember all that. Remember that feeling, that community, that how eager we were to learn and keep going. Earth and ground. What the heck? Chakras? Keep learning how to balance your chakras. Expect miracles. What does that mean? Because maybe whether or not clock app stays or goes, we're not going to lose each other, and we're not going to lose the knowledge that we learned. Do the work. Keep learning. Keep connecting. Keep making efforts to reach out to each other. Keep expressing yourself. And not on that dumb old boomer app, he says. You'll find somewhere. You found your community. You're not helpless. He's literally like, you're not stupid. You found your people. stay in touch with them. He's like, you're not going to lose everything. If the app goes away, so what? Because we're not helpless. Clear, cancel, and release. Like, this is interesting. There's all this negativity coming from, like, you've got the, like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Just, like, block yourself from, like, don't even worry about it. I'm, like, losing the words. Like, all of that, like, back and forth energy. Just take a deep breath and walk right through it. And use your big fat brain. Forgiveness and understanding. This is like Gabriel's card too. Like, I know that there was Gabriel showed up. This is Gabrielle. Because, you know, there's like male and a female for each one, whatever. I hope that makes sense. Forgiveness and understanding. Compassion. I feel like I'm getting like a forgive yourself. Remember what you know. Crazy vibration. I'm getting like a lot of like my guides are just kind of like popping up. And it's kind of like I already said, was that like we're all still here. We're not helpless, and we're going to find each other. We're going to stay connected. We're going to keep communicating. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep learning. Opportunity and change. Cut the cord, whatever relationships like end, or like whatever we lose, if the cord is cut, we're strong and we're not stupid. I'm like getting that a lot. Thank you for saying that. But can you like I'm getting a little like, not defensive. I'm just sassing. I like to be sassy. We sass each other sometimes. We just have our little banter. So sometimes I'm like, dude, can you just not be so strong and saying to chill? Like, I don't want you to like yell at me. I'm sensitive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too sensitive for that. Easy Grace. Yeah, he's like, yeah. He wants me to go easy on him. Thank you, because... And now he's just making fun of me because I'm stuttering and I can't get my words out. And he's like, here, I'll help you. This is what you're trying to say. Okay. Sky Mikey, do you have anything else you'd like to share with the class? I don't really... Is inner child healing card again? I think he's kind of just like, it's gonna be okay. While you're looking back and reminiscing on all of that pain that you went through, you just go back and give that you a hug. With like your highest self. Your highest self is still you. And time doesn't exist. So you can look back on your pain and see where you're struggling and where you're hurting. And like, I can look back on myself and see where I was like worried where my next meal was going to come from. I was worried about where I was going to live with my child. I was worried about people coming after me that I was getting restraining orders against. And I like essentially had nobody but the people on TikTok. And I can go back and I can just give that me a hug because I needed it. And I didn't know what to do, but now I can see that I made it out and I can just say, hey, go that way, go this way. because time isn't real. So maybe you can give yourself guidance from, if you made it out of every bad day and every scary situation, you're going to make it out of this crap. You can be your own guardian angel. And you can remember everything you've learned. And you can recognize that you've learned and recognize how much you've made it through. And yes, it's not going to be fun. But life is, it's not so much as a cycle, as a circle, it's a spiral. So, if you're going up, the next step up might not be as messy. Or if you're spiraling down, it's going to get real messy. But, like, your life is cycles and cycles until, like, you reach your, like, highest self. So, like, you're in the bottom level, you're going to be scared, anxious, and it's going to suck. But as you go up a level, you can look down and see everything you've been through. You can see the cycle that you already went through, and your spiral, like, how you're going up a spiral staircase, you can look down and see where you've already been. And you can see what you've made it through. And see that you've already made it so high. I feel like I'm losing my train of thought a little. Trust the universe. It's gonna be okay. Sacred plan. Manifestation. A lot of us have learned how to manifest. So even if it gets crappy, I mean, we're going to get somewhere, earth and ground. Just remember to stay rooted. Remember to keep those chakras balanced, because you're going to be anxious, worrying about where are we going to go next. Like, he's like, stop running around like a backyard chicken. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Be that little peacock. Be that little angel you are. Spread your wings and just be. And it's going to be okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the class, Michael? Sorry, Sky Mikey. See, now he gets mad if I don't call him that, because it's like my special name for him. Mother, Father, God, because he is like my creator. So he's my sky daddy. So I hope that helps. So we've got, okay. No, does that mean you don't have anything else to share with the class? Okay? Are you saying that doesn't help? Okay, well, Sky Mikey, we love you. I love you the most. Gabrielle, you're pretty solid too. She loves communicating through emojis. Okay, I will stop rambling now. Just remember, everything's gonna be okay. That was pretty theatrical, man. That was a good one. Okay, just remember to stay rooted, spread those wings, and just be. And we love you. See you later. Catch you in the next one. Good night, folks.